Howdy, and welcome to the Lunch Table, a podcast where we believe gagging is sexy. A little bit of snot, too.
Which gagging? Or the...
Any form. A little hot tuba, not for us.
Look at you, an equal opportunity employer.
I am. And that man on my right who's making sure I follow all the legal rules. That's right, my right hand. Mr. Google himself. True. On Doth Fantasy. Platonizer!
Master has fallen down the stairs and gotten hurt. It's time for the new master to take over.
It matters which league we're talking about. The
Right.
league you run, I'm winning. The league my brother runs, you are way ahead.
Yes.
Like, you're gonna fumble it.
Oh,
you
dude.
are so far
dude.
ahead, you're gonna fumble it.
Don't talk about fantasy yet. There's enough. Just wait. Just you wait.
And the man talking about fantasy. That's right, your host with the most.
Holes in his body.
I do have several holes. All from mistakes.
You know my favorite
You see
one?
my new one?
You know my favorite one? You don't have it anymore. Kind of closed up, but it's still a hole. It's your stupid eyebrow piercing.
I thought it was dope. Girls thought it was dope.
Yeah.
You thought it was dope at the time.
No, I did not.
Oh, really?
No, I did not.
Yeah, says the guy who has my tongue ring. Oh, wow. You didn't wear it today.
I haven't worn it for a while.
Wow. Well, you finally grew up and chose your own path.
Chop chop, host.
Me?
Chop chop, host boy.
I'm waiting
I'm not
for
the
you.
one. I'm not the one that's keeping the intro real long today.
Oh.
It's the beanie. Isn't
I don't like that you rushed me.
It's the beanie, isn't it?
No, it's not. Dude, let's get into it. Oh, Carl Jones! You almost made me forget to fucking say my name. Now let's get into it. Okay, Drew. First off,
I'm just replacing the important parts with.
you don't want to get into making fun of what we used to look like. Let's just say that.
Mm-hmm.
And we don't want to bring other things, like smells, into it.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, you're right.
And right now, you look like a douchebag who used to have his eyebrow pierced. you look like you failed at skating. You look like your last 3 emo bands didn't take off.
You look like you're the one that has to ask the kids where you want to go for dinner.
You look like your Chuck Taylors need to be redone.
You look like the young kids at the barbershop ask if I can have that one.
You look like the pedophile that touched me in 3rd grade.
You want to talk about that?
No, I don't. But I'd like it if you took off that beanie. It's bringing me trauma.
I'm sure he was very hip.
You straight up look like a hipster. Like the
know.
definition of a hipster.
I know.
And all you did was put on a beanie.
I know.
Like literally, there's nothing
A
different.
pop culture shirt.
Well, no, you've worn that before.
I know, but it all comes together.
It does. It's the beanie.
Yeah.
The power of a beanie.
I know. The beard.
The beanie.
The
weenie
beard
teeny.
kind of adds to it, too.
A little bit.
Yeah.
You did. You got it all douched up real well. You douched it up very good. I know you woke up and you flicked through your.
You look like you came last in a tennis competition.
I don't even know what that means.
It means you tried and you failed.
And I failed.
And I appreciate you trying, but also,
You look like the only furniture you would have in your living room is a milk carton and an old folding chair.
dude, you look like you pay for 15 OnlyFans.
You look like you star in 15 OnlyFans.
Yes, I do. You look like you got a Got Milk poster up on your wall.
You look like you would own a ferret.
like you walked into the hospital and had to tell the nurse you had something up your butt.
You look like a dad that missed out on his dreams.
You look like a dad who hit his dreams really early and then just plateaued real hard. You look like an assistant football coach.
You look like you should have tattoos, but you were too scared of the needle.
You look like you've been divorced 4 times because they just don't like the right team.
You look like the NPC on 2K that I'd buy all my clothes from.
Okay.
Look like an NPC, bro.
Yeah. Maybe I do.
Non-playable character. Dude, if you did do that, first off, tell them what we're going to do.
We got crazy fantasy football stories.
Nice. After that roast session. Jesus Christ.
You look like you have a cat. And
I already said ferret. I won that one.
yeah.
Oh, the little tube weasels. Little tube weasels. I heard they can smell.
I just got another one. Can I say it?
Go ahead.
You look like you have Austin Powers, all 3 movies on Blu-ray, DVD, and VHS.
I do. That's not even
Nerd.
Nerd. You look like you spent your adolescence playing card games and then somewhere you wanted to be cool, so you put a beanie on.
It's very spot on.
Oh, damn. Damn it. I want to be cool, too. That's why I wear jackets.
You want to try my beanie on?
No. You look like you have lice.
You look like you are lice.
Wow. Is it because I'm rice-skinned?
No, it's because you're small and itchy.
Well, lice make things itchy. They
Right.
don't itch.
Right.
So when you look at me, you got to itch?
Yeah.
Well, that's just
Down
a
under.
clap. Oh, my Atlanta. So, Drew, before we got on here, I made a phone call.
You did.
I made a nice little phone call. And you seem to really like it when I talk to these people.
Yeah.
Is there a reason why?
Yeah. When you know that there's no repercussion, you just get to have fun.
I do. It's great.
You're like, I'm going to either make or break this person's day.
Well, I came at that guy both.
Yeah, I know.
That's how you got to do it to
I
get
know
the
you
answers.
did. You did both.
Yeah, you got to come in sweet.
There was no answers to be had.
I know. That's the worst part of it all.
Right. Don't give too much away because we're going to have you watch that at the end of the episode and our little extra credit assignment.
Really? I didn't do this because we had to start filming. But if I really wanted to know, I should have went up the line. Should have managered him. You know, can I speak to a manager?
Potentially something that we're going to be doing a lot more.
Yeah, you seem to really enjoy it.
I do really enjoy it.
And I really like calling these companies. My favorite is to get someone in a corner where they really don't want to admit something.
Yeah.
But you just got them. So, like, they have to. And my favorite's the people that work there because they're trying not to get fired. And it's probably a douchebag thing to do.
Yeah.
But it's like, can you answer this?
Right.
Can you?
Right. You're Carl calling people.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the segment.
Calling
we'll
you
call it.
out.
Carl calling. Like cold calling. Carl calling.
Carl calling. Well, dude, that was like, there's this guy who goes around and, like, audits the government buildings by himself because you're allowed to do those things, I guess.
Yeah.
And the one thing, like, that kind of gave me the inspiration. The one thing he did today was, like, he looked for an index book. He went to his local, wherever to get records.
Mm-hmm.
I forget where you get records.
Library.
No. It's be the public building.
Yeah.
Yeah, with like, but it was a government building, not like a library, like a big government. And
Records.
Yeah. And every place is supposed to have an index, I guess. So
Right.
you should be able to walk up and just ask for the index.
Yeah.
And these people didn't have it.
The blueprints are on file at City Hall.
Yeah, but you have to request blueprints and then wait for them to come. There's a
Yeah,
difference. The index is for me to request something.
Yeah, but it's kind of along those lines.
Yeah. But you should get it instantaneously. And every like building should have one.
Yeah.
Where you can request these, like
Right.
request records. And if they don't, it's a big fine. And dude, this dude goes into these, and I love watching him just be. It's one thing when like he goes in and the government officials or whoever's there, are they're like being polite. Then he's polite, and it goes good. But then, dude, there's some. Man, are they bitches? Dude, they'll be like, "Oh, we don't need to have that. We don't need to have that." And he's like, "No, it's federal law." It's like a huge fine for your town.
Have you ever seen the dude that's I want to say a bail bondsman on TikTok, and he uses like a legit amount of force to collect
No.
assets of people that jump bail?
No. So if I'm a bail bondsman, you don't come, I can just use force to take a car or something?
Yeah, pretty much. He tases people and detains them and a whole bunch of things.
Dang.
Yeah, it's a little crazy. But
wait, if he knows where they're at and they skipped, why doesn't he just turn them in? And be a bounty hunter
he is some of the people some of the people does do that too, but he is like one dude, he broke the corner off a door and tossed a flashbang in the closet this dude was hiding in.
Why?
So that he could discombobulate him and open the door and take him out.
That seems like too much.
Take him to jail. He's
I
getting his
feel
money.
like that could kill
He's making
somebody.
that almighty buck.
I feel like that could kill somebody.
Could be.
Maybe.
In this certain instance, the guy grabbed it before it went off and threw it back out the door.
That's hilarious.
But where I'm going with it is that guy is a dick when he does it, and he is well within his rights. He knows the legal code inside and out for what he can do and what he can't do.
Yeah.
When they touch him, he can touch them. That's his big thing.
So he waits till they poke him.
Oh, dude, he gets them so angry just with reason, and then they snap, and then he's all guns going.
Yeah. In that case, okay.
It's just weird. It's like when
I thought he was just knocking on their door and beating them up like, "Where's my money, bitch?" Oh, you don't have it? I'm taking your lamp. I'll take that TV. I'm gonna take that car.
Well, the one I guess he was supposed to. One guy signed over his car as collateral for somebody's bail, for a buddy's bail, and that buddy jumped. So this guy came with a wrecker to pick up the car and take it and sell it.
Right, because his buddy was gone.
So the guy who owned the car comes out and he's pissed.
Yeah.
He was like, "Get it off the thing." And he kind of like stands in front of the wrecker and he's like, "You're going to move because it is my legal right to take this car." And he's kind of like, he's being a dick, but he knows how far he can go.
Well, you got to be stern with it.
Yeah.
Like, hey, I'm taking this car, bro.
It just kind of escalates. It's really crazy. I think somebody gets tased like twice in that.
Jesus. Has he ever got a shit rocked?
There's a couple times. Because he's so much of a dick, but like validated dick, you love seeing him just get his shit wrecked.
Right. Dude, listen, I love going off on employees and stuff like that too.
But you can't tell me that it wouldn't be hilarious if one of these guys just came down the stairs here and haymakered the shit out of you.
Right.
It would be hilarious.
Right. But you also got to do it to the right person. Okay? Like, taking all your anger out on the cashier ain't the way to do it. The cashier is just a low-level employee. That's not who you yell at.
Yeah.
You get the manager. You get the top dog.
Right.
And you make them look like shit in front of everybody. That's how you get shit done. You're like, no. Give me the best one. Give me the boss. I'm tired of fighting little low enemies.
That's why you get $30,000 a year.
Yeah, exactly. You're here to answer my questions.
You know,
I wonder if they'll call me back.
also what it kind of does to me is like when people are dicks during a traffic stop to a cop. They're well within their rights, and they know their rights.
Yeah.
No, I'm not going to give you my license. You're like, okay, this video wouldn't exist if you just gave him your license. You don't have to. That's true.
Yeah.
But
see, see, I like those ones because it shows that the cops don't know. So the cops come and they're getting mad.
Right.
Because they don't understand, like, you have no legal right to ask for my ID. And I think those videos are very important because the number one thing I think we have with the issues with cops is the fact that when you get accused of something, you as a citizen are supposed to wait till later to solve the conflict or whatever. Where, hey, dude, if you're accusing me of something right now and I don't get to really face you, this is, you know what I mean? Like, if a cop's doing anything wrong to me, or if I feel like a cop's doing anything wrong, the only response you have is to wait to go to court. Which is kind of shit. Especially if they're right there, right then.
what? You don't have to pay your ticket until you get done with court.
But I have to go.
So?
So that's more time. When I could easily show right there and then, you don't even have a right to pull me over. So I'm not allowed to argue with this guy. He's automatically right when he comes to my window. He's just automatically right, and we got to wait till a judge. Like, that's the problem I have. I got to sit here and, okay, you're right. I'm little. You're better than me. You're bigger. And we got to wait till we go see Big Daddy Judge to see who's right. Like, no, dude, we both know. There's some sense you both know. And there's lots of times they're overusing their power. That's why I think, like, cameras are great.
Right.
Fucking just have a dash cam.
But in that same sense, you can avoid a conflict if you just say, oh, yeah, okay, here's my license.
One thing I realize, though, if you're more of a thorn in their side, lots of times they won't. It's like a Wolverine. A Wolverine is left alone not because it's the strongest, but because it's willing to rip your ball sack up. To every animal. So, like, lions and stuff won't mess with it because they'll look at it and go, yeah, it's not really worth it.
But on the other side, if you comply and you say, you know, not necessarily thank you, but you're not rude to them, there's also as much of a chance.
Well, I agree.
That they'll just be like, thanks for complying. Thank you. I pulled you over wrong.
I agree. Well, no, they won't say that. Because if they admit to being wrong, that's a whole different thing.
Yeah. But
so they're not going to admit right there, which is a problem.
There's a middle area where if you're nice, you could get off. If you're a dick, you could get off.
But there's also an area where, even though you're being nice, I don't have to oblige you, officer. And that's where they need to know, okay. Like, look how many things on the internet you see them getting so mad at people filming their station. Well, dude, it's a government-owned building. Like, we're allowed to film the police station. I can stand out in front of it and film it all I want.
Yeah.
And the fact that they get mad and come out and, like, pissy shows you, like, it shows you the type of person they are.
Another one that I saw, this guy is, like, standing outside police stations, and he goes up to a cop that's standing outside also, and he goes, give me your name and badge number.
Yeah.
They give him his name and badge number, and he goes, good boy.
Yeah. Now that guy's a dick. Like, that one's a little bit of a dick. But once again, asking for name and badge number is nothing wrong.
Right.
They gotta understand, like, there is a respect level. Like, they are an authoritarian. You do owe them a little bit of respect, and plus they are going into dangerous areas.
There's one. It's a common courtesy if it is okay for you to ask a name and badge number, then if a cop asks you, hey, what's your name? And you sit there completely stone silent, I get that. You're trying not to incriminate yourself. But it might just be easier to say your name.
Maybe.
They could be looking for the entirely wrong person with the exact same car that you have. And giving your name will stop a $9 million hassle.
You could.
It could.
I don't think you should. I'm not that scared of. If you're doing stuff where you don't want to give your name, that's an indication you shouldn't be doing it.
Yeah.
Realistically, because never once have anyone been like, what's your name?
What's your name? What? What's your name? Tony! Fuck you, Tony!
Oh, wait. I got a small story.
Oh.
I bought some desks.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Plural.
Yeah, like 5 of them.
My editing desk seemed to be a little leaning. And it's made a couple long trips, so there's no shame for it. Yeah. So I went to Big Lots and decided to look for a desk.
Yeah.
And I was going around the main desk section, and they're kind of shitty, and they were like $99. And I was like, okay, this is what I expect to pay for a desk.
$100? Yeah.
Yeah. And I look over at their clearance section. Luckily, I went when I did.
Always got to check the clearance.
And they have 3 desks. So I'm like, fuck it. Look over, see a small little filing cabinet. Each of those things, $25. So I bought 4 desks for the price of 1 desk. The only problem is that 2 had to be the floor model. They were already put together. 2 of them were in boxes. I had to put those ones together. Lots and lots of styrofoam putting them together. So much styrofoam in desk boxes. I got you a small gift.
Yeah, you got me a desk.
I got you a desk.
Yeah.
In noting that I had 4 desks available,
Yeah.
I decided I'd take 3 of them home, and my buddy CJ could use a desk.
I think it's funny because you're like a woman. You're like my mother going shopping. Well, let's buy one, get the other one half off. Okay, but we don't need 2 whole turkeys. And you're like, yeah, but I could get 4 of them.
Right. I could get 4 for the price of 1.
And
I was already going to do.
Get 4 of them?
No, I was going to get 1 for $100. Instead, I got 4 of them for $100.
Yeah.
By the way, I got the last one of your kind.
Nice.
So
if anything breaks, I'm screwed.
So I loaded up 2 fully made desks in the back of her car and 2 boxes. I took the boxes here, the other desk here, and then I called your girlfriend.
Yeah.
I said, "Hey, Sharon, is CJ home?" And she goes, "No." I said, "He gets done at 3 o'clock, doesn't he?" "Yeah." I said, "Sharon, are you home?" And she goes, "Yeah." I said, "Sharon, I'm coming by. I have a gift for CJ."
Huh.
And she goes, "Okay." And I'm like, "You'll see it when I get there."
Huh.
So I called her, told her what time I was going to be there.
Yeah.
She comes down, meets me at the door, and I have this desk sitting on your stoop waiting for it.
She opens it.
She opens and sees that it's a desk and kind of freaks out because your computer is on the ground. Since you moved into your apartment, you don't have a desk.
Yeah, I've been lazy on it, yeah.
Right, so I got you a desk.
Nice.
Right, for Christmas.
It's dope.
Yeah.
It looks pretty. It really fills the room out.
So Sharon and I brought the desk up to your office and put your computer on it, and I went, "This is the floor model. I should probably clean it."
Good point.
So I got some cleaning supplies and cleaned up your desk, and I left you a note that said, "Merry Christmas, motherfucker. Love, Drew."
Or asshole, yeah. Something like that. It was great.
Sharon recorded you when you came home.
Yeah.
Guess what? Think you should turn around.
Why?
Turn around.
Oh, nice. Where you get this at?
Where did I get it?
Yeah.
Or where did Drew?
Never mind. Go with the stories before I get on to card talk.
So the reason that we had talked about this idea for a podcast is we had heard of a fantasy football trade
Yeah.
that we thought was just crazy outlandish. And we wanted to dive into some more crazy fantasy stories that happened. Not with us. These are random people on the internet, and they're just so crazy. Hopefully, one day in our league, things will get that crazy. So
Yes. Crazy.
So the main story went around. This is from last year. Somebody is offering Tony Pollard, a mid-tier running back, for CMC, which is a great running back,
Yeah.
one of the greatest,
Yeah.
and a one-night stand with his wife.
Wow.
So you get CMC for a one-night stand.
Dude, you know how this
Tony
went?
Pollard.
I know how this went. The lady involved in this is a schwinger.
Schwinger.
Or maybe he's I'm assuming she's the one who likes to swing. And
Just swing it.
and he likes to maybe watch every now and then, but he's not big on it, right? So she was like, "Hey, I like your friend Steve or whatever," and he's like,
Steve has CMC. I can make it happen.
"Yes." He's like, "You know what? I don't want it to happen, but if she's gonna do it, maybe I can get CMC out of it."
So I remember seeing a lot about this one is the one guy is 3-5, so it's just week 8. He didn't even let things fully percolate. He knew he needed to make some problems in the middle of the season. And there's nobody on the waivers. He told the CMC owner that he could bang his wife once, just once, if he would trade CMC for Pollard. And Pollard wasn't doing him any good. He needed a little more stability.
Did the guy take it?
He's waiting on the offer. I don't actually know if he took it or not. There's an extra little tidbit here, which I guess I haven't seen. Love dwindles, looks go away, but championships are forever. My wife is very attractive. I'd give her a solid 8. Easily a back-end first-round pick. And is down, and frankly been wanting to open up our sex life.
So
anyway.
what did I say? I knew. I called it. I knew it was her idea. You haven't been laying the dick, bro. And she wants that good dickin', and she's been seeing her friend who wants to dickin'. I told you that's a damn. I'm impressed with myself.
This is a $350 buy-in league. And 90% of that goes to the winner. And we could really use the money to start a guest bathroom remodel that my wife has been nagging me for months. My main worry is that somehow this goes wrong and CMC or my wife gets injured.
That's a good one. Would you be able to look at your friend or your wife the same?
No.
Especially if she came back injured. You know it's your little Peter at that point.
The one guy also says that he fantasizes about the wife, and he was really thinking about it.
The other guy commented?
Yeah.
So he didn't take it. I really thought about it. That's weird. That's weird to be that attractive to your buddy's wife.
I should actually look and see if that.
You should not be that attracted to your friend's wife. That you are touching.
That
yourself.
is a commandment.
Yes. Yeah, that's not even written by humans. That's like a law before we were ever here that was made. Dinosaurs used to follow that. Although it is funny when you see like big bears or something, you realize like 80% of the cubs in that area are all produced by this one huge bear that just dominates the freaking landscape. So I was reading about this bear. Right? Its name was the Boss.
Nice.
It got hit by a train twice, lived. Right? It would cross major highways. It's just a huge mammoth of the bear, and it just dominated this town and area. Knowing that no one was going to do anything to it, it was protected or whatever. It even ate other bears. That's how big this sucker was. They would have to shut off like certain walkways and stuff, like when for people who wanted to hike.
Yeah.
He was the first to wake up from hibernation, the last one to hibernate, and he caused all kinds of issues. And they were saying how he like literally was the father of 80% of all the cubs in the area. Like that dude,
Good for him.
I know, dominated.
He'd probably want to beat the other batch. Beat the other 20%.
Probably they all lost. He has one enemy, and they call him Split Tooth or Split Lip. That's what it's called, Split Lip.
Jesus.
Yeah, another big bear in the area. They clash sometimes, I guess.
All right, man. You ready for our second story
Yeah.
here? This
Yep.
This one, he even says it. It's a doozy.
Ooh.
Growing up, I was neighbors with this kid. He always was a little weird, and I mean, we were kids, so who wasn't a little weird? We'd run around the
True
streets,
statement.
ride bikes, and do kid shit. Ew.
True statement. Do kid shit? Yeah.
I moved away when I was 11. Dad got a better job and moved out to the suburbs. I still kept in touch with this kid, though he'd come over to my new house and I'd go to his pretty regularly. Around 14 or 15, my friends at a new school were going to start up a fantasy football league. The next time I went over to my old friend's house, I told him about it and said it was a $20 buy-in if he wanted to join, and I could probably get him a spot.
Ooh.
Well, $20 was a bit too rich for him, so he couldn't join. No worries, not a big deal.
Yeah.
Next week, though, old friend invited me to a league he was running with a bunch of old friends at my old school. No buy-in, but I was still super excited, so I joined and it was all good. Next year, same story, same year, same story. So until we were ready to go off for college. Happened every year.
So you never bought in?
Nope.
Okay. Hey, I don't like to do leagues where you got to buy in.
Right. Ours is free.
Yep.
I go off to college and join the old friend league again, only to realize that my old friends that's in the league is in my college calculus class. We hadn't really talked face to face since I moved away 7 years ago, but fantasy football gave us a common ground, so I went over to see if he was joining the league again this year.
Oh, nice.
Dude had no idea what I was talking about. I was like, what your name is literally right there. Look at the standings from last year.
Oh, my God.
He said he still had no idea what he was talking about. I asked him if he had been playing in the last 4 years or if somebody took over for him.
Yeah.
He said he hadn't talked to any of the old friends since 6th grade.
What?
Turns out my old friend kind of had a mental breakdown when I moved away. He wasn't completely psycho or anything, just very weird and didn't have friends
Yeah.
at school and talked to himself, probably the type. When I was told about the fantasy league, he was so desperately wanting to be involved and seem normal since I left that he made up the league and controlled the other 11 teams himself,
Whoa.
pretending that they were a bunch of old friends.
So it's only him and this kid. And so the kid from college is a different kid.
No, the kid from college is supposedly one of the people in the league that has no idea what he's talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a old friend.
Wow. That's lonely.
Maybe this makes me a bad person, but I have no idea what to do to him or say to him after
Do to
learning
him?
all of this.
You don't do anything. Did it really hurt you?
So I just ghosted him and we haven't talked again since. This is a weird version of him being creepily obsessed with me like a stalker or something, since I just completely cut ties. I've tried messaging him now since, but haven't got a hold of him, and his parent and his family has long since moved away from our old neighborhood.
It's not. I wouldn't say stalkerish. Okay. It's more very lonely, like desperate and lonely. Not stalkerish.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, this might be the only dude I have, and honestly, I think I would stay in the league, even though it's only two of us. I'd be like, yo, bro, let me control like half.
Dude, no wonder all the crazy trades were going on.
Yeah, let me do 5, you do 5. We'll see who wins.
Yeah.
Yeah, wouldn't that be fun?
You want to do that?
We might.
Every
Let's
week.
do
Every
it.
week we'll just face each other.
Yeah, it'd be different ones.
Auto draft him.
Yeah. Yes. Agreed. Auto draft, and then, dude, it's gonna be hell. Just trade.
Actually, I had thought about that. I was talking with my boss where you actually have 2 teams
Yeah.
and you can trade and do whatever amongst your 2 teams and you just get this great flush of players.
Yeah,
And then you make one super team.
yeah, but you say that. You got to realize your super team's gonna end about the same way that it is now.
Yeah.
Because if everyone gets to pick that many players, that means that's 20 picks that 10 people get.
Oh, no, 5 people, but you get 2
Oh,
teams.
oh, okay.
So you get a crazy team.
Yeah, that would be a crazy team.
Yeah. All right, man. We got time for one more story here, and this is one of the best ones.
Okay.
Drafting at war. Steve was stationed at an airfield in Afghanistan when he was having his online draft with his buddies back home. Steve was used to it. His team name was A Doctor Without Borders, since he
That's
had been
cool.
in different countries for every fantasy draft the league has had.
Wow. Okay, unlucky but cool.
Time differences being what they are, it was the middle of the night while Steve drafted. But of course, that wasn't the only thing that made Steve's draft different from normal drafts. It was 1 a.m. local time when the rockets began to hit our base, Steve recalls. Wait, hold on, rockets? Yeah, the rockets landed about 50 yards away, and 3 or 4 of them landed in my general vicinity in the period of about 10 minutes.
Jesus.
They are deafening when they land, and they usually are big rockets. The shrapnel or dirt or anything was sent in my direction, and I couldn't go anywhere, or I would have lost my internet signal. The internet here is poor at the best.
Jesus.
Security officials in battle gear ordered Steve to get to the bunker. He told them that he couldn't leave because it was a crucial point in the draft. Officials said, "Sir, you need to get to the bunker." Steve said, "No, I need to find a good running back for my flex position." The security officials got irritated and walked away. I finished the draft with no more issues, and right now I'm getting the last laugh as I am tied for first place. Good for you, Steve!
I know, dude. Holy crap. America.
Pew pew.
Dude. Shrapnel and everything coming at you. You're like, no! I need LeSean McCoy. I need to get Peyton Manning.
I need somebody good.
So it's funny how like nerd culture is finally accepted in a point when like all of it's just nerd culture, right? There is, come on, nothing nerdier than fantasy football. It's pretty nerdy and a little homosexual.
That it is.
Yeah. And it's pretty, dude. It's all the numbers and the math, and then you're sitting there trying to figure it out. And then a lot of these guys would be really happy playing Magic or something. You look at a lot of them, but they won't bite. A lot of them won't even try it, you know? Let's get more accepted now. What?
I'm pretty sure everybody that's in our league
Yeah.
I've played Magic with.
See?
Except my boss. Who's in last place.
To be fair, there's a lot of guys that have, and Vinny. There's a lot of guys that have never played fantasy in our league.
Yeah.
That are nerdy.
Don't worry.
So you drug them over to the football side.
I did.
Yeah.
I did.
Yep. I'm saying it's hard to get the true old football guys into nerdy stuff that would be just as fun. Like,
Right. That'd be like trying to get your dad to play fantasy.
yeah. My dad would not care.
Your dad would have your brother run his team.
Or my mom.
Can
Probably
we do,
just
can we
ask
do
my
that
mom.
next year?
What? Invite my mom?
Yeah.
Yeah, we could. She runs a pretty good team. She knows what's up.
Hell yeah.
She knows what's up. You ready to take us home, bud?
Yeah. I don't take us home.
Yeah, well, the fucking...
I build us up for you to break us down.
You ready for the outro? Where can you find us?
We're on Anchor, Apple, Spotify, and Google Podcasts at the Lunch Table PBJ. That's probably how you're listening to us right now. So if you are,
Go ahead and do that.
we're on YouTube and Rumble at the Lunch Table PBJ. That might be how you're watching us right now. So if you are,
Keep go ahead and doing that.
we're on Twitter at Lunch Table PBJ. That's how you can stay up to date on our polls.
No, this is Patrick.
You don't even do the voice.
Oh. No, this is Patrick. Is that a little bit better?
Yeah. And don't wear pink.
I like it when you take care of our polls.
We're on Facebook at Lunch Table PBJ, as well as our fan page Munchies. That's how you can really stay up to date in everything that we're doing, as well as tell us how we're doing.
I like it when you tell us how we're doing.
It's all sexy. I know. The beanie.
Go ahead and let Drew know that he looks like he looks like the kid that got to take the class hamster home and then killed it.
You look like a guy who goes to the gym and skips leg day and arm day and back day.
I just skipped the
chest
gym.
Day.
I just skipped the gym.
No, you go just to
The talk.
Looking good.
I go there to socialize.
They have great water fountains.
You look like the dude who knows who's gonna win the Jake Paul fight.
Oh yeah.
Yours tonight.
You look like the guy who runs our TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube shorts at the Lunch Table PBJ. He does do those.
I do.
It's
Sometimes.
coincidental.
Yeah. We got a whole episode up on TikTok. I'll be honest, I wasn't expecting that, but
I told you I wanted you to upload more. I didn't say all at once. Thank you for making me realize that I needed to clarify whenever I talk to you.
I'm surprised it allowed me.
I know.
But I just want to see what happened. I was like, dude, I could put a whole episode on here.
Lastly, we're on Patreon at the Lunch Table PBJ. If you want to be one of those people that gives a little bit,
Extra.
that's the way to do it.
We love extra. Extra gum, extra cheese, extra insults. Which is not something to flavor your food.
You look like a dentist that flirts with the nurses.
I'm not even mad about that one. You look like a son of a lumberjack who didn't want to be a lumberjack. You look like you don't drink Bush, but Bush apple.
You look like a guy who doesn't have drawstring trash bags.
You look like a guy who doesn't wear socks in his shoes.
Like Crocs?
Nope, like boots, like work boots and no socks. Or your Vans.
You look like a guy who gets down on all fours and watches his dog poop.
You look like a guy who used to own a Vibe with the Moontune package.
I did! Carl,
I
creepy
did.
man, take us home.
Okay, Drew, thank you for being you and always insulting me. Thank you for stopping by. It's a lot more fun, yada yada. We don't have a guest today who's live, even though now we got it all set up. We finally got it all set up. Not here anymore.
Hey, you told her no.
We're good people. There's people. They're friends of ours. They helped us set up the
Great
camera.
people. We're great people.
Great people. They help us set up the camera. True, you got any advice for the people?
Keep pushing.
My advice is, even if people don't understand your fantasy strategy, you keep doing you. As long as you're winning. People don't got to know your brilliance. They don't have to understand it. It's okay. Peace!
Take care.
Bye!
You look like a guy who has to go door to door when he moves somewhere.
You look like a guy who, if he would trip, his beard would Velcro to a shaggy carpet. You look like a guy who likes to take 2 sniffs of the rotten milk carton.
You look like a guy that said, back in my day.
You look like a guy who licks the Cheeto dust off my fingers.
Yeah, I did.
buttery syrup, artificially flavored ground coffee. Yeah, I was just wondering because I don't really. Yeah, I'm just really conscious, and I don't know. I'm kind of curious. It says maple syrup. And I'm like, what artificially needs to be put in there for maple syrup,
Right. I got it here. I have buttery syrup coffee. Let me just 1 second. I will need to search for the specifics on this beverage. Just 1 second. As I'm being honest, not familiar with it.
Oh, no, I understand. Yeah. Well, they probably have much cleaner food over there. They like to feed us junk here in America. So you gotta check what they're trying to serve. You never know. You gotta watch out. California starts telling us cancers and everything,
Right, I'm sorry. All right, let me inform you. I'm looking like the contents and allergens. Well, it says first artificial flavors. Yes, it has.
Yeah, but what?
Artificial sweeteners. No.
But what are the flavor? Okay, so what's the flavor if it's not the sweetener? If it's not that, then what's the artificial flavor if it's not the sweetener, though? Like, what exactly is the artificial flavor here? Or is this just like some vague thing?
Right. I will be able to see that for sure. I'm looking at here. We have that information. There is a container. Just 1 second. I don't know why I can see that. No. I'm sorry. Would you let me 1 minute to hold? I would like to get a quick backup.
Yeah, no problem. Absolutely, no problem.
Thank you so much for the waiting online. Sorry
No
for
problem.
the delay. Well, let me inform you. What I have here as an ingredients for the beverage is this is 100% Arabica coffee along with artificial flavors. But unfortunately, I will have like the specific information about what these artificial flavors are. What I have here is like the negative. For example, there is, let's say, gluten allergen, gliadin, no. High fructose corn syrup, no. Hydrogenated oil, no. Spices like cinnamon, cloves, ginger, nutmeg, no. Nut allergen like soy, peanuts, or tree nuts. Sulfites as well, or coconut oil. I got like no, or yes.
Okay.
No, like the specifics on
Does it?
artificial flavors mentioned.
Oh, well.
But I'm sorry, it seems I'm short providing the specific information.
Hey, it's not.
Artificial flavors.
It's not your problem. It's not your fault. I understand. These companies like us do not know. All right. Well, you have a wonderful day, Rich.